Aditi, starting off with you, a dovish pause, as much as dovish as it was possible probably, and has it also opened up more space for policy further easing going forward in this year?
Thank you, Sakshi. Certainly a very dovish pause. We thought this was going to be a very close call between a pause and a cut. Our view was that it should be a pause, which is what came through. And I'm just going to correct you. The decision to keep the stance neutral was not unanimous. In fact, two
Okay.
of the APC members voted to change it to accommodative, and that's one of the
Okay.
reasons that this is being seen as a very dovish pause. Now, if we look at why we thought a pause was appropriate right now, is because while the inflation forecasts have been cut, and we're at 2.6% as well in terms of the average for this year, the reason for the lower inflation is the policy change of the GST rationalization. It's not because of lower demand. In fact, the lower inflation is going to come with higher demand spurred by the GST rationalization. So that's why we thought that October was not an appropriate time to actually go in for a further rate cut. Now, looking ahead, I know I've heard some commentary that, does space open up for more than one rate cut? I really don't think so. We
Okay.
were at one rate cut and one more rate cut in August, which didn't come through. We thought this should be a pause, which has been a pause. And at best now, I think we can expect one more rate cut. Whether that comes in December or February remains to be seen. But certainly after the window for another cut is only December and February, right? Once we're in FY27 and we're looking at an average CPI inflation that's going to be above 4%, I don't see any more room for rate cuts coming in at that time, even if we have a GDP growth forecast which is in the mid sixes. So just backtracking, I mean, if we look at the scenario right now, we did get the higher than expected GDP growth in Q1, but as DG Gupta said, that's looking backwards, that's not looking forwards. My sense is that the GDP growth in Q2, my own forecast is quite a bit lower than what the MPC and the governor have said today. I don't think Q2 is going to be that great a quarter. Two of the factors that really pushed up growth in Q1, one was government capex. And here, even though we got a good number in the month of August, the headroom which is left for the rest of the year is signaling a contraction. And in any case, the Q2 growth for government capex for Government of India will be much lower than the very high, optically high number that we got in Q1. Secondly, the impact of the US tariffs on the output and on exports is now starting to be seen. After a lot of front loading in Q1 through July, now we're starting to see those numbers coming off. And again, this is going to be a drag on growth going forward. And the third thing, which, time will tell, but I do think that there is going to be some pullback in production, basically from an inventory management point of view ahead of the GST rationalization. So the full impact on demand and on production will actually come in, you know, during the festive season and later. So again, Q2 from that point of view, I don't think is going to get too much of a benefit. Again, if I look at the direct tax data that we have so far on corporate taxes, that's also not signaling that this was such a great quarter. So I think, that's where I differ. H2, we are in line broadly with what the MPC has signaled on the growth side. So Q2, I think, is going to be lower. So I'm still sticking to a 6.5% growth.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.